Hello, welcome. Now I will show you static routing on this topology. Okay, so I have done only simple configuration, that means already set interface and IP addresses on a router. Okay, same networks are pinging. I will show you to ping with 192.168.1.2. Okay, but if we want to communicate with different network, so there are no communication, right? So now I will show you how to configure static routing on it. Okay, so now let's go. First on router 1. Router 1 have connected with two networks, 192 and 172 networks. Okay, so now other all networks are different. Command is IP root on router 1 for tens network 10.1.1.0. after that subnet mask, and exit IP from router 1 is 192.168.1.2 from router 1. If we want to go this side with any network, so we need exit IP 192.168.1.2, and from router 1 if you want to go any other these networks, so need exit IP is 172.168.1.2. okay, so right now we are stay on router 1 and want to communicate with tens network, so exit IP is 192.168.1.2. 192.168.1.2. For 20s network, exit IP same. For 30s network, exit IP same. For 40 network also exit IP same. Now we want to communicate from router 1 with 50, 60, 70 and 80. So exit IP is 172.168.1.2 and network address which is you want to communicate 50, 60, 70 and 80. Okay, done on router 1. Now go on router 2. Router 2 direct connected with three networks. Okay, 192, 10 and 20. So different network is 30, 40 this side. So command IP root first for 30s network, subnet mask, and exit IP from router 2 is 20. 20.1.1.2. For 40 also same exit IP 20.1.1.2. okay, and now for 172's network, from router 2 with 172's network need to use exit IP 192.168.1.1 from router 2. okay, this is your next exit IP. So exit IP is 192.168.1.1 and network address 172.168.1.0. okay, after that for 50s network, exit IP same 192.168.1.1, different network is changed 50.1.1.0. For 60s network, for 70 network and for 80s network, exit IP are same. Done. Now on router 3, Router 3 direct connected with three networks 172, 80 and 50. Okay, these are same network. So different network are this side is 70 and 60. Okay, these are different network. First use for this network. For this network, I exit IP 50.1.1.2 on router 3. So IP route with 60 network 255 to 55 to 55.0 and exit IP is 50.1.1.2. For 70 network, exit IP same, but if you want to communicate with 80s network, 80 direct connected, no need. Only different network right now, this side 192.168 1.1. Okay, so now IP route 192.168.1.0, then subnet mask and exit IP is from router 3 172.168.1.1. For all these networks, we need to use this exit IP on router 3 172.168.1.1, right? For 10s network, same. For 20s network, for 30s network and for 40 network. Okay, now on router 4, router 4 have only one network 10.1.1.0, right? So for all other networks, if we want to communicate with all other networks, so need exit IP 10.1.1.1 from router 4. So IP route first 20s network, then subnet mask and exit IP is 10.1.1.1. 30 network, for 40s network, for 50s network, for 60 network, for 70 network, for 80 network, for 192's network, 192.168.1.0 and for 172's network. Okay, now on router 5. Router 5 direct connected with 20, 30 and 40. Okay, so these are different network 10, 192, 160, 172 and other. These network are different from router 5. So from router 5, for all other networks we need to use exit IP 20. Okay, because from router 5 we want to exit from this interface. So now command is IP route first for 10s network 255 to 55 to 55.0, exit IP is 20.1.1.1. For 50s network, because 20, 30 and 40 direct connected, 50, then 60, 70, 80 and 192's network also 192, 168, 1.0 and 172, 168, 1.0. Okay. Now on router 6. Router 6 have only one network 30. So for all other networks need to use exit IP 30.1.1.1. So IP route first for 10s network 255 to 55 to 55.0 and exit IP is 30.1.1.1. For 20s network also same exit IP, 30 direct connected. Now for 40s network same, for 50s network, for 60s network, for 70s network, for 80s network, for 192s network, one 168, 1.0, and for 172's network same exit IP. Okay. Now on router 7. On router 7 direct connected only one network, which is 40. So exit IP is 40.1.1.1 for other all different networks on router 7. Okay. So IP route first for 10s network, exit IP is 40.1.1.1 for 20s network, for 30s network, 40 direct connected. So for 50s network, 60s network, 70s network, 80s network, and 192's network, 192, 168, 1.0, and 172's network exit IP are same. Okay. After that, now go on router 8. On router 8, direct connected with 80s network. So for other all networks, we need to use exit IP 80.1.1.1. So IP route for 10s network, subnet mask, and exit IP is 80.1.1.1 for all other networks. For 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 direct connected with this network, with this router, and now for 192's network and 172's network. Okay. Now go on router 9. Router 9 connected with 3 networks with 50, 60, and 70. These are same network. So different network are like 172, 80, and other these network are different from router 9. Okay. So for other all these different network, we need to use exit IP 50.1.1.1 from router 9. Okay. So IP route first for 10s network 255.255.255.0, and exit IP is 50.1.1.1. For 20s network, for 30s network, for 40s network, for 50 direct connected, 60, 70 direct connected. Now for 80s network. Okay. And for 192 and 172. 192, 168, 1.0, and 172, 168, 1.0. Okay. Now from router 10. Router 10 have only one network, which is 70. So exit IP use for all other network. 70.1.1.1 is exit IP for other all networks. So IP route 10, then subnet mask, and exit IP is 70.1.1.1 for 20 network also, for 30, for 40, for 50, for 60, 70 direct connected, and 480, and also 192 and 172's network. 192 168 1.0, 172 168 1.0. Okay, and last on router 11. Router 11 have only one network, which is 60. So for other all different network, we need to use exit IP 60.1.1.1.1. Okay. So IP route 10 for 10th network. Now exit IP is 60.1.1.1 for 20, for 30, for 40, for 50, 60 direct connected. Now for 70, for 80, and for 192 168 1.1 1.0, and for 172's network, right? So static routing is done on all router. Now we will check verification from router 1 with all different network. First with 10's network. Now for 20's network, it show yes, done. Now with 30's network. Now with 40's network. Now with 50's network. Now with 60 network. You can see all show 100%, 70, and with 80. Okay, so this is the process for static routing configuration. Got it? Thank you so much.